Hello from Sturgis Charter Public School, located in beautiful Hyannis, Massachusetts. My name is Jack, and I will be reading today's Wareham Week as part of the Audible Local Ledger's High School Student Community Service Program. The Ledger continues to deliver information and entertainment to the print-impaired who live on the Cape, the Islands, and the South Coast, many confronting disabilities such as low vision, blindness, or neurological disorders, as we have for over 25 years. Sturgis Charter Public School is proud to assist in connecting these listeners with the outside world. Now on with today's reading of the Wareham Week, dated Thursday, January 22nd. Our first headline reads, Main Street Home Given New Life 4 Years After a Fire. Written by Brandy Muzz. The home at 426 Main Street that sat vacant and charred since 2022 will soon be filled with residents again. The multifamily home went up in flames in late 2022, displacing 8 families and sending 1 civilian and 1 firefighter to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The fire was likely caused by careless disposal of smoking materials, according to the Wareham Fire Department. The house is owned by Caesar Homes, LLC, and Bill Banchant, owner of the Banchant Builders, is doing the restoration work. He said that he saw the potential in the building and wanted to keep a historical home standing. According to Banchant, the home is over 100 years old. We took a beautiful old building because they don't make them like that anymore. When we're done, it's going to be magnificent, Banchant said. Those buzzing past the property could see the varying states of renovation that since construction began around last October. Banchant said that the damage within the building went far beyond fire damage. Banchant says that not only was there structural damage from the fire, there was damage from years of neglect as well. With rot present in the wood of the home due to its vacant status, Banchant and his team have been hard at work getting it back to a livable state. With new siding, fixing up holes, and demolition, the new roof will be ready to be placed soon. We need to get it buttoned up for the weather, and then we'll bring in fans and dehumidifiers to get the moisture out of there, he said. Then treat any possible mold, and start framing the inside and putting utilities in. The property has 2 buildings. Banchant has plans to make the main building 2 3-bedroom condos. The second will have 2 bedrooms. We're going to make them affordable, he said. It'll have a nice classic architecture and be a short walk to town. As progress continues, residents can expect the finished project by spring. With new construction across town, Banchant says he likes to preserve the beauty of Wareham, the town he loves, by keeping the olden day charm. While not a lifelong resident, Banchant has been in Wareham for more than his life than anywhere else. Community members can see more of his work, like 426 Main Street, around town, like his recently finished project at 2838 Cranberry Highway. We love working in Wareham, he said. We've been here a lot of years, and we're still here every day. We specialize in high-end renovations and construction. This next headline reads, High School to Begin Tackling AI in Academics, written by Bobby Grady. Wareham High School is looking to tackle artificial intelligence in the school through a newly formed committee, according to Wareham High School's principal, Scott Palladino. The Artificial Intelligence Committee is made of high school faculty looking into the pros and cons of the new technology for both students and the faculty. Whether we like it or not, artificial intelligence is something we have to embrace, said Palladino. It's here. It's going to be here in the future, and we have to teach students how to use it appropriately and not plagiarize their work. Beginning last year, staff at the high school and middle school received training from artificial intelligence consultant and former director of technology for Triton Public Schools in Byfield, Greg Kulowiek. Palladino said Kulowiek's presentations focused on practical uses to assist in learning for artificial intelligence, such as using it to help students with research and helping teachers personalize learning for students. The presentations also talked about the negative impacts artificial intelligence can have, and Kulowiek gave the schools some vetted websites to check for artificial intelligence use. There is a percentage of our staff that went to college and didn't have computers, so we're just making sure our staff is up to speed, said Palladino. During the Thursday, January 15th school committee meeting, Palladino said less than 5 students have been disciplined for improper artificial intelligence usage. But there's still more we're looking to do with consultants to support us in our professional development, Palladino said to the committee. Math department head and teacher for the high school, Christine Thomas, said she has seen evidence of some students using artificial intelligence on homework assignments, which is negatively impacting their learning. We don't know what kind of instruction the kids are giving themselves at home. They're not learning. They're just kind of writing, said Thomas. On the other hand, English Language Arts Department Chair and teacher Mike Murray said he has seen how artificial intelligence can help some students. I've actually done some instruction with students to learn some of the positive tools, such as organizing notes, said Murray. I think it's something that I'm less afraid of and more interested in its possibilities. As teachers continue to adapt to the new technology, said Palladino, he's observed many teachers reverting back to pre-digital age teaching techniques by having kids do less work on computers and more on paper. As a state, we've become over-reliant on the laptop, which is only a tool, he said. As I bounce around classrooms, teacher will say, "Put your laptop away." We're doing old school computation and old school reading. Moving forward, Palladino said, the committee is looking to create an official artificial intelligence policy for the school to implement next fall. Our next headline reads, Wareham Free Library celebrates 35 years of lending and learning. Written by Bobby Grady. 2026 marks 35 years of work for the Wareham Free Library, and its Board of Trustees plans on celebrating not only the work done since its opening, but also the long history of the library. We want this to be a real community event because the library is such a vibrant part of the community, said Nancy Rice, Library Board of Trustees member. In 1991, the library was feeling the limitations of its High Street location. It was near impossible to search for books without fear of being trapped between the shelves, and many kids could not access its basement, children's room. So many people decided it was time to move. The old library was so tiny. The children's room was in the basement, and there was no elevator. Library Director Patrick Marshall said, "You could really only go in 2 aisles at a time because we had to get in as much as we could." And on May 6th of that year, the Wareham Free Library moved its current 59 Marion Road location, and Marshall, who was part of the moving process, said there was an immediate positive impact. We had a young kid in a wheelchair, and he was so excited when this building first opened because he didn't have to be carried to the children's room, Marshall said. He could just come in the front door and go wheeling into the children's room. Rice added, while she was not a part of the moving process, she grew up on High Street and remembers seeing the transition. There were so many people who became involved in making that happen by working on the building committee and physically transporting books, she said. Since then, the library has expanded its programming to not only offer books, but to offer a wide range of services for people of all ages. There's just no end to what the library offers, and we really want to celebrate that, said Rice. There's been a long history of libraries in Wareham, and this is the first town-owned library building. The trustees are planning a celebration on May 6th to commemorate the day the library moved, and there will be a month-long events leading up to the event. We have a lot of possibilities. There might be library tours, and we're developing a survey for the public on how they use the library, Rice said. We want to do something permanent and do a nod to the history going back to its earliest days and celebrate the people involved. This article reads, Structure fire claims lives of 2 dogs. No people injured. Written by Bobby Grady. A structure fire at 3 North Water Street, Unit B, Tuesday, January 20th, claimed the life of 2 dogs, according to Onset Fire Chief Jeffrey Oswald. Oswald said the department received a call from a neighbor about smelling smoke around 4:15 p.m., and upon arrival, responding crews found smoke coming from the building with a fire in the rear before extinguishing it within 15 minutes. No people were in the house at the time of the fire. Crews remained on scene for until 8:30 p.m., ensuring there was no risk of another fire starting, and the state fire marshal began looking into the cause of the fire. North Water Street was open for travel after responding crews left the scene. As of publication, no cause has been determined, according to Oswald. The Onset Fire Department was assisted by both Wareham and Bourne Fire Departments. This next article reads, Onset man pleads guilty in toddler overdose case, with no author mentioned. An Onset man, 34-year-old Donald Humes, pled guilty in Brockton Superior Court Tuesday, January 20th, to 1 count of manslaughter and 2 counts of reckless endangerment of a child in the methadone overdose of his son, 2-year-old Cameron Humes. Humes was sentenced to 2.5 years in the House of Corrections with 1 year to serve, followed by 2 years probation. From probation and onward, Humes must remain drug and alcohol free with screenings. Wareham police received a 911 call from Humes April 24, 2022, saying that his son Cameron was unresponsive and not breathing. Wareham police and emergency medical personnel responded to the home on Wayman Avenue, located Cameron unresponsive, and began performing life-saving procedures. The toddler was transported to Toby Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. An investigation determined the manner of Cameron Humes' death was acute methadone intoxication. According to the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office, further investigation from the Massachusetts State Police Detective Unit found that Humes was the only adult at home at the time and was responsible for supervising the children inside when he knew there was methadone in the house. Our next article reads, Representative Bill Keating adds voice to weekly protest outside of Town Hall. Written by Brandy Muzz. 9th District of Massachusetts U.S. Representative Bill Keating joined the weekly Wareham for a Law and Democracy standout in front of Town Hall on Saturday, January 17th. Wareham for Law and Democracy is a local advocacy group, and one of its founding members, local immigration attorney Manfred Wiegand, said Keating talked about immigrant visas, advocacy work, and a bill he is co-sponsoring regarding Greenland. Representative Keating serves southeastern Massachusetts from Cohasset to Provincetown. Wiegand told Wareham Week that Keating thanked Wareham for Law and Democracy for their work and said their activities were exactly what needs to be done. According to Wiegand, Representative Keating is sponsoring a bill regarding President Donald Trump's push to acquire Greenland and has 2 Republican co-sponsors. Other items discussed were the investigations of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, to which Wiegand said Keating was outraged over. The investigation stemmed from a probe by the U.S. Justice Department alleging that Walz and Frey impeded federal immigration enforcement. Immigration and Customs Enforcement activity in Minneapolis has surged alongside protests following the shooting of 37-year-old Minneapolis resident Renee Good. Keating also shared his anger that immigrant visas from 75 countries would not be processed. This stems from an announcement made by the U.S. Department of State that updated the list that includes countries like Brazil, Iran, Cape Verde, and Somalia. He also spoke of how immigrants would come to the front door to go sign their final paperwork, only to be rushed right through the back door by ICE and never given a chance to sign their papers and become a legal citizen, Wiegand wrote. This article reads, Want to meet a Wahlberg? The Chowder Fest is your chance. In a super-duper display of local chowder crafters, the 4th annual Fishing for Mission 22 Chowder Fest is on the horizon, with a special celebrity guest appearance. Be ready for a Chowder This World experience Saturday, March 14th, beginning at noon. The Stone Path Malt at 11 Kendrick Road will be filled with guests, beers, and good eats, alongside an appearance of reality television star and chef Paul Wahlberg. Wahlberg is co-founder of Wahlburgers with his brothers Mark and Donnie. Featuring a curated selection of New England craft beers and wines, the event will offer 12 different chowders to taste. In addition to the tastings, guests can take part in a cash raffle, 50-50, and a charity longest drive competition using Stone Path Malt's golf simulators. Day tasting with a steel drum show by David Valerio will be $20 and goes from noon to 3 p.m. Evening tasting will feature The Reminiscence and will be $45 from 4 to 8 p.m. Judges this year will be Cape Cod Canal Chamber of Commerce President Mary Olivia, Born TV Director Jennifer McGrail, Paul Wahlberg, MMA Vice President of External Affairs Elizabeth Simmons, and LNG Director for the National Grid Joshua Cardoso. Last year, Chowder Fest raised nearly $40,000. Tickets are on sale now, and according to Fishing for Mission, are selling fast. Purchase them at fishingforthemission22.org. Again, that is fishingforthemission22.org. This article reads, Make your heart dance with the Gleason Family YMCA's event. Dance the night away and step to the beat this Valentine's Day. The Gleason Family YMCA will be holding a Valentine's Day dance and social event Sunday, February 15th from 3 to 5 p.m. Guests aged 21 years and older can boogie and jive along at 33 Charge Pond Road. YMCA dance instructor Debbie Israel will lead dances for all skill levels, starting at 3:15 for beginner and intermediate dancers. From 3:45 on, guests can enjoy general and line dances. No partner, no problem. All are welcome to join. Sticking the theme, those interested are encouraged to wear red, pink, and other Valentine's Day themed clothing items. The event is free to YMCA patrons, but is $5 for non-members. The event will be held in the gym with light refreshments. Registration is required and can be done at the Welcome Center desk. This headline reads, Love lasagna? Share a plate with Trinity Christian Church. Are you in the mood for some classic Italian comfort food? Then you should head to Trinity Christian Church Friday, January 23rd for a lasagna supper. The church, located at 462 Main Street, will be serving homemade lasagna along with salad, garlic bread, assorted homemade desserts, and a beverage from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Entrance is $15 for adults and $7 for children under 10 years old. Anyone interested in attending should contact Pastor Jenny at 508-264-1988 to help the church create a head count or for more information. Again, the number for Pastor Jenny is 508-264-1988. And this is actually tonight, Friday, January 23rd. Our next headline reads, Onset resident earns a spot on the Dean's List. Onset resident Corinne Fader was named to the Fall 2025 Dean's List at Hofstra University in New York City. Fader majors in music business and earned a spot on the Dean's List by recording a 3.5 grade point average for the semester. Did your student make the Dean's or President's List? If so, you can let Wareham Week know with an email to editor@warehamweek.com. Again, that is editor@warehamweek.com. This headline reads, Miss Lisa's offers the town a taste of New Orleans cuisine. Miss Lisa's New Orleans cuisine is a restaurant rooted in love. From its name to the very reason it came to Wareham, everything about the space at 208 Main Street comes from the heart. In fact, the story of the eatery starts with couple Elise Zarcaro and Taryn Jackson, the owners. Hailing from New Orleans himself, Jackson brings flavorful dishes from the Big Easy all the way to the gateway town, while Zarcaro helps to ensure everything operates smoothly. The pair met while working in a restaurant in Cape Cod. Zarcaro, a waitress, and Jackson, a line cook. She's my everything, Jackson said of Zarcaro. She's the one that really owns the business, and I'm the head chef. She's the brains, I'm the brawn. And we've been doing that for about 4 years. The couple operated the restaurant, named after Jackson's mother, in Providence, Rhode Island, before making the move to Wareham. Most of the motivation to jump into the restaurant world was thanks to Jackson's uncle, who passed away last March. Jackson said his uncle, a chef, was one of the couple's biggest supporters through the process of starting a restaurant business. Though he wasn't there to see Miss Lisa's opening, Jackson said his influence still remains. It's passion. It's something that connects me to my family, he said. Miss Lisa's offers a range of dishes, like seafood, chicken wings, and gumbo, with offerings filled with Cajun spices and Jamaican jerk seasoning that Warehamites can catch a whiff of before stepping foot into the business. In the colder months, the restaurant operates as a takeout and catering spot, occasionally partnering with local restaurants as a pop-up. With a tent out front and spring on its way, patrons can expect a spot to relax. Come spring, summer, and fall, we'll use the tent outside, Jackson said. We'll set up the tables out there so you can sit and relax while you wait. The restaurant has been open since late November and has seen major success with delivery apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats. according to Jackson. With regulars popping in all day, the goal of offering something different for the town has been going well. We didn't want to be like a pizza shop or a sub shop, because Wareham already has that, said Jackson. We know a lot of those owners as well, and they love the fact that we're bringing something totally different. We're not stepping on anybody's toes. With other businesses coming to Main Street soon, like Restaurant and Arcade, RWND, and the Poor Farm Tavern, the couple hopes to cement themselves in the revitalization of Wareham Center. Miss Lisa has future plans of collaboration, including a catch and cook night and events with the Cape Cod Baseball League. We're all working together. That's how it is done down in New Orleans, he said. Moving forward, Jackson said his hopes to bring a slice of his home to Wareham for all to enjoy. We're not just cooking your food, we're conversing with you while we're cooking. It kind of makes me feel like I'm back home, Jackson said, playing some old school music, decorating for Mardi Gras season, promoting king cakes. We just want to bring that little experience of New Orleans to the area. More information about special events, menu items, and updates can be found on Miss Lisa's New Orleans Cuisine's Facebook page. Another restaurant headline reads, New Deli Proposed for Onset Avenue, written by Bobby Grady. A new restaurant called The Deli at Onset Bay, serving old school style sandwiches, has been proposed to move into the storefront on Onset Avenue, previously occupied by Cape Cod Lobster Rolls, 239 Onset Avenue. The proposed deli owners, Gene Sullivan and manager Josh Silverberg, went in front of the select board at their Tuesday, January 20th meeting to get their restaurant and alcohol licenses approved, which the board did. The restaurant does not have an opening date yet, and Sullivan said she plans on serving lunch and dinner from 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. in an upscale deli. I want to bring back the old delis we used to have, Sullivan told the board. We'll have pile-high sandwiches. Sullivan, a West Wareham resident, said this is not her first venture into the restaurant world. She owned a restaurant in Cohasset, which closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Another new restaurant opening reads, Poor Farm Tavern opens new Main Street location, by Bobby Grady. The Poor Farm Tavern's Main Street location is officially open for business after 10 months of work. We're so excited to bring great craft beer and the breweries we work with to Wareham, co-owner Jen McHugh Cardoza said. The New Bedford-based restaurant opened its new location Monday, January 19th at 196 Main Street, the location of the former Scarlet Rose, which closed in 2024. We work really hard to get exclusive beers, so we're going to have beers not a lot of other bars get, she said. McHugh Cardoza said the physical Wareham location differs slightly from the New Bedford one because it is smaller, but it has more seating. But we're going to operate it the same way, she said. Through the first hour of operation, McHugh Cardoza said everything went well. Our next headline reads, The Gleason Family YMCA's Sue Good Prom Dress Drive, written by Brandy Muzz. Getting dolled up in glitzy dresses and spending the night dancing away at prom with friends is something most high school students dream of. That's what Special Events Coordinator Kathy Longfield for the Gleason Family YMCA is aiming to make sure can happen for everybody, regardless of income. Longfield is organizing a prom dress donation drive of all ages, sizes, and lengths for those in need. Dresses from those, like the 2020 graduates who didn't get to celebrate prom due to the COVID-19 pandemic, may not be getting worn and could be repurposed. Longfield said that although she is asking for dresses from the last 10 years, older dresses aren't off the table. How many people didn't go to prom that have a lovely dress sitting in the closet, said Longfield. As a mother to teen girls, an avid thrifter, and lover of giving back to the community, Longfield said she knows the importance of prom to high school students. Teaming up with Waltz Consignments in New Bedford, she hopes to provide at least 20 girls with gowns for the big day. I called the local high school's guidance counselors and said what I'd like to do. Wareham, Old Rochester Regional, Fairhaven, and Bourne High Schools will be choosing 5 students who are in need of assistance for prom season. The students will come to a try-on day Saturday, March 14th, to choose from donated dresses. Everybody deserves to feel pretty for one night, she said. You have fun and have your photos, and you get to feel pretty, like you're part of the school. Longfield hopes to get more than just dresses and gowns, sending out feelers across the community for hairdressers, nail techs, and seamstresses who are willing to donate their time for local students. Prom accessories such as shoes, jewelry, handbags, and wraps will also be accepted. I just don't want someone to miss out because it was the dress that was the one thing, she said. If they can come up with the ticket money, great. But the dress, the shoes, it gets expensive. Donations may be dropped off before Saturday, February 28th at the Gleason Family YMCA at 33 Charge Pond Road or at Walt's Consignment Shop at the Kilburn Mill in New Bedford. Those chosen by the surrounding schools will be able to bring one person with them on the day of the try-on event. Whatever is going on in their life, if there's conflict in their families or they're couch surfing, they deserve to feel like a princess, she said. Our last headline reads, Middle School Drama to Make a Splash on Stage During Winter Play. Written by Bobby Grady. The Wareham Middle School Drama Club is preparing to take audiences under the sea and into the world of The Little Mermaid for their winter play. The play will hit the middle school stage at 4 Viking Drive, March 11th and 12th at 6 p.m. But in the meantime, Drama Club advisors Janelle Bregwin and Jessica Hathaway are getting their group of 49 actors ready for opening night. For the most part, the kids have really impressed us. They've learned the choreography quickly, and they have lots of good energy, Bregwin said. 6 years ago, the Drama Club, under different advisors, was set to bring the Disney classic alive, until the COVID-19 pandemic shut the production down 2 weeks before opening night. Since then, the middle school has not performed The Little Mermaid. It's kind of a big deal. We're doing it this year for a lot of people, and we have a lot of stuff from that, Bregwin said. One thing unique about this year's show is the number of kids participating, said Bregwin. Typically, the Drama Club gets 20 to 25 kids per production, but the cast is currently at 49 kids, about half of whom are 5th graders. And 5th grader Daphne Kerwin is the show's leading lady as Ariel, despite it being her first show. Daphne said she is feeling excited. I'm very happy because I wouldn't think as a 5th grader I would get the lead role, said Daphne. But leading the show was not the only reason she wanted to play Ariel. I really like it because my mom's favorite princess is Ariel, she said. Much like Daphne, 6th grader Jessica Salib is a fan of the show and knew she wanted to play Sebastian the Crab since last year. As soon as I saw we were doing The Little Mermaid, I said, I want to be Sebastian, she said. I loved Sebastian growing up. Co-starring next to Daphne and Jessica is 7th grader Evelyn Moose, playing Ursula, who said the production is coming together well. We have very few scenes we haven't done well, she said. With high school on the horizon for Evelyn, she said her experience in middle school has made her love to be able to continue drama in high school. It's just the bonds I can build, especially with people who aren't in the same grade as me, who I wouldn't normally see. Bringer attributed some of the growth to the performance of the Drama Club puts on for incoming 4th graders every year. She added the increase has been good for the club, but it presents its own challenges too. The biggest thing right now is just worrying about costumes. Luckily, we have a lot from when the Drama Club was going to do Little Mermaid, she said. Between costume changes, we need 104 costumes, which is a lot to plan its size. It's a lot of adjustments. The show also acts as the biggest fundraiser for the club. Tickets will be made available to the public at the door, and local businesses may advertise in the show's pamphlet. Businesses may reach out to J. Hathaway at wareham.k12.ma.us to inquire. Again, that is J. Hathaway at wareham.k12.ma.us. I've reached the end of our reading for today. If you know someone who could benefit from our service, or you're interested in either volunteering or donating to our nonprofit to keep us on the air, it is tax deductible. Please call 508-539-2030 or visit our website at audiblelocalledger.org. You can now listen to us on smart speakers like the Amazon Echo Dot and Google Home. Just say, Alexa or Google, play radio station Audible Local Ledger on TuneIn, and you'll have a clear, static-free connection to our readings. As always, thank you for listening and for all of your continued support. This is Jack. Bye for now.